Denver Sports Station, Sports Radio 104.3 The Fan. All right, a Lisfranc, or I actually heard somebody say a Lisfranc injury is what Ryan Clady is suffering from. We are going to an expert foot doctor, podiatrist with Advanced Foot and Ankle Clinic, Dr. Sharon Quach, to help us out. Dr. Quach, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Okay, who is this chick, Lisfranc, and what is her deal? What is this particular injury? And am I saying it right? Is it Lisfranc or is it Lisfranc?
Oh, Lisfranc. Well, the
Lisfranc.
guy who termed the injury was French, so it could be Lisfranc too, I suppose.
Okay.
But the Lisfranc injury could be a few things, actually. The actual Lisfranc joint connects the long bones to the tarsal bones, which are the square and rectangular bones in the middle of your foot. There's also a Lisfranc's ligament that connects the base of the second metatarsal, which is behind the second digit, also to the one of the rectangular bones in the middle of the foot. So you can injure the entire joint, or you can actually just break or strain the actual ligament. So both of those could be termed Lisfranc's sprains or injuries, and with different severities.
Doc, so is from all that I understand, it's an injury that happens on top of the foot. Is that right?
Well, if there's trauma directly to the top of the foot driving down, that's usually what it's from. But the injury itself is in the middle of the foot.
What type of people, aside from professional football players, get this type of injury, and how does this injury typically happen?
It can be anybody that drops anything on their foot. So sometimes it can be a mom that drops like a Christmas turkey on their foot in the kitchen.
Wow, what do you do with the turkey after you drop it? I guess
it's a turkey. Must be a frozen turkey.
Well, you pick it up and let your husband deal with it.
Okay, let's talk about recovery time for. Wait a second. Is this?
So it's like a compound?
I was just going to say,
injury.
Is it a broken foot? Is it a broken foot or not?
It can be.
It can be. Okay, so
what's the normal heal time on that?
Right.
Just say that we're just going to say the baseline normal injury, and I know there's no such thing in your profession as a normal injury, but the normal recovery on it is what?
Well, if he had just strained the ligament where, the x-rays would show up fairly negative, he could just be in a cast for about 6 weeks.
Oh.
Okay,
Well,
that's the best case scenario.
Wait, hold on.
That is the best case scenario.
That's the best case scenario?
Yes.
As soon as they say Lisfranc, you say minimum 6 weeks.
And that, and then that does not include rehabilitation after you're out of the cast.
Oh,
so he would probably be in a walking type boot, anywhere between another 4 to 6 weeks with rehabilitation.
Oh my gosh!
And in NFL terms, that's 3 to 4 weeks.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. Doctor. We understand that Ryan Clady thought he might only be missing maybe 3 to 4 weeks. Was he given bad information on that, or is he just being overly optimistic?
Well, if all the studies that were done the initial x-rays were fairly negative and he was just having pain with the swelling on the top of the foot, I mean, that could have been, that's certainly on the early side is 4 weeks. If there is an MRI that's taken and that shows the actual rupture of the ligament or even some further dislocation that they didn't catch in the original x-rays, then you're definitely talking longer.
Okay, Doc, I want to ask you about pain threshold because I've had a torn Achilles. I've had the dreaded turf toe, which felt like it would never go away. What is the pain tolerance that we're talking about that you have to play through this, or is this something that you can play through? Is just going to be painful?
Well, I mean, the pain severity could be moderate to extremely severe. So technically, it's anytime you step and put weight on that foot, there's a sharp shooting pain through the entire foot. So, and obviously any, running on top of that could be worse.
So could you injure it further if it is damaged?
Yes.
Okay, so
Oh,
now you
geez.
got to be careful. Now, we could be talking about a long-term injury if you don't take care of it right now.
All right. Well, doctor, thank you for bumming us all out this afternoon. We really appreciate it. No, we do.
Absolutely,
we
no problem.
We do appreciate it, and thank you for the knowledge. And congratulations on dealing with Scott DeHuff's foot. I'm glad that got taken care of.
I'll be over to come
how
see
is
you
he
too.
doing?
Al has wicked feet issues.
Right,
Al's-
I'm gonna come over to come see you too, Doc. I got an Achilles I got to get redone, so I'll come over and see you.
Oh, yeah, I'd happy to cut on you. No problem.
Okay. All right.
You're not the first woman to tell me that.
Okay, that's where I gotta let you go. Dr. Sharon Quach, podiatrist with the Advanced Foot and Ankle Clinic.